Hello, and a big welcome to the Move, Rest, Live podcast. I'm your co-host, Menna Olvera, and with me is Carlos Leon. Together, we are the proud co-founders of the O Leon House. We're thrilled to be on this journey with you as we learn from our guests about all things fitness, wellness, and lifestyle, furthering our goals of movement and rest in our lives to empower us to truly live. Let's get going. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Happy New Year, you guys. It's 2024.
Man, I can't believe it.
Well, for me, it can only go up. 2023 was rough on me.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for a new perspective.
Yeah. Different, if things didn't work out for you in the last year, try a different approach. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's the whole, thing that I'm going by, is just trying different approaches in places that I didn't reach my goals. It's just like, okay, it didn't work this way. Let's try it this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or this definitely didn't work for me. I'm gonna change that to something else. You know what I mean? It could be exercise. It can be anything.
Life.
It could be whatever the fuck you want. But yeah.
So did you? I don't know about you, but I'm not a big New Year's resolution person. Are you?
Not at all. But I definitely, before New Year's, it was like Christmas time. I got a little sick and, I was very vulnerable. I was in Denmark. It was cold. I was with my son. He was sick. So I kind of like felt I was somewhere and we were both sick and we didn't really have a lot of help. So I kind of like had to do things like, all right, I'm really uncomfortable. And usually what I do is panic. This time I didn't panic. I just took a breath and asked for help for people that, for the people that I knew out there. It was just the very few people. And it's funny because the person that I called for help was in my apartment in New York. And she helped me out with any kind of like what I needed, just because I was in a different country.
Sure.
So, so that kind of like changed my perspective. It's like, you know what? Don't panic, breathe, and shut the fuck up. And like, really like, suck it up. You gotta adapt. And you gotta adapt. Yeah. Besides being a dad, you gotta adapt. So what are you gonna do? You gotta fix the fucking situation. You really gotta go at it. Mm-hmm. And try to figure this out.
How did you feel?
I felt great, and then I was just like, I didn't lose my, I was like so happy because it was a very spiritual moment. Not only that, but that whole trip was for me, and I don't lose sleep over bullshit anymore, and like that kind of like stuff.
That's a hard lesson.
Yeah, I don't care what people think. I don't care a shit. I mean, I care what people think. I care what their opinion is, but I don't care what they think about me. So that's a different approach to life. It's like I don't want to impress anyone that doesn't. I don't have to do that to impress someone. It's because I had to do that the whole time I was being an actor. I had to impress people to be this character or someone. In any case, my whole life shift is like I gotta take care of me before anyone else. So
sure. Well, I mean, that's the golden rule of self-care, right? Put your oxygen mask on, then put your kid's oxygen mask on.
Here's what I found.
See, it agrees with me.
I'm taking this bitch off.
Okay, but I mean, and that's part of what I love about, I guess, what we do. I mean, I love my job that I get to become aware of these things and share them with others. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you get to see your growing moments, right? Like people sometimes are like, why am I on this yoga mat? Why am I doing this? And I'm like, you know what? One day you're going to run into a frustrating situation and you're going to know how to react. You're not going to react. You're going to respond. And that's what you did. You responded to the situation and took control. So bravo.
Well, thanks. I mean, it was something that I've been working on for so many years, but the fact is that it's like that people start losing sleep over little bullshit in life. I mean, there's so much shit going on in the country with all this stuff in the, Israel and Palestine, and we got Russia and Ukraine. So there's a lot of bullshit going on in the world, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, in our own backyard here in New York City, the best city in the world, we have a fucking problem here. Homeless, migrant issue, junkies on the street. I mean, there's murders and there's stabbings and there's shootings. More than back in the days when I was a kid. It's more now than it was. And it's intimidating and it's aggressive. And you have to put your guard up all the time when you're walking down the street. So you have to find some sort of peace, you know, in walking down these streets in New York and in this world now that we, you know.
That reminds me of the meditation that Sagan taught me, which is really simple. You want to do it with me?
Sagan's your son.
Sagan's my son. He's 10.
No.
And he taught me this meditation, and you can do it anywhere, anyone. So just put your hand out, and you're going to tap your thumb to your index finger, to your middle finger, to your ring finger, and to your pinky. And then you're going to say the words, peace begins with me.
Peace begins
with me. And like nobody knows you're saying that to yourself, and nobody knows that you're tapping your fingers when you're on the subway or you're having a like having little tools like that to ground you and root you in a moment's notice. Like it's like, you know, it's like having your cell phone. You're like, oh, I'm feeling anxious. I know what I'm going to do. Peace begins with me. It's an easy one to go to. And then I can do a breath, and maybe I'll just do an inhale and then an exhale on the finger.
Yeah.
And then another inhale. Exhale, tap the other finger. And, you know, you're right. The city and other parts of the world are very, very scary. And it's really hard to watch or listen to the news because very rarely are people actually reporting any good news or even not even good news, like neutral news, right? Yeah. Like everything's always about a shooting, a stabbing, a mom, the Trump family, the Biden family, politics. It's like...
Yeah, chaos sells. Disaster sells. I mean, people want...
And then, you know, there's also like Jeffrey Epstein thing that's bubbling over again.
Right. That's. I'm sure a lot of people are like really scared right now. Very uncomfortable right now.
I mean, I was just kind of dissecting and curious about the meaning behind the image of President Clinton in that blue dress, like kind of with a sassy look in his face. Like psychologically, isn't that kind of weird to have that in your hallway?
I mean, yeah, that's a weird thing to have. I mean, I wonder if Clinton knew that. I mean, you know,
I would think so.
I mean, he's been to his house, so I'm sure. Maybe it's something that. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's something I would be upset about. I mean, it was very controversial. It hurt his family.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. This is insane. Someone's showing me, Josh Tepper, that works with us, is showing me the photo. Is that even real?
Yeah.
Is that a real image? Because it looks like almost like it's
AI.
I don't really think Clinton would do this unless he was fucked up on like alcohol. Honestly. You know, to be fucking... Come on, look at that photo. It looks like an AI. Come on. Anyway. Seriously, I think that's ridiculous. That's like, what are you doing unless you're, you know, I understand if you're a cross-dresser, more power to you, but you're not. I don't think you are. Should someone, we should, I mean, this is a secret.
Sold at auction for...
what was that, John? It was sold in an auction.
That's what it says here on this link.
I don't know if this is valid, but if it is, it's weird. Yes.
So, like I said, you can only go up from here. It's 2024. And, you know, it must be hard being in that energy field.
I mean, it's, you know, he was the president of the United States, and there was was that Monica Lewinsky's dress?
Yes.
He had him. Wait, I completely missed this. So this is how much I really cared about it. So wait, they had that blue dress that he's in represents the blue dress that Monica Lewinsky was wearing?
Correct.
An intimate moment that they had together, yes.
Wow. Okay.
That's scandalous.
That's deep.
And you know what? I mean, it's almost like a fuck you to who? Like everyone? Or, I mean, listen, it's funny. Am I offended? No. I don't give a shit, really. But the fact is, like, maybe his wife is offended. You know, I don't know, Hillary.
How about his daughter, his grandchildren?
I don't know, so, it's like what?
I think that's the one thing about life that we sometimes forget. Like, there's a ripple effect. Like, it's never just one person. There's always people connected to those people that get hurt.
Yeah.
And
what did he have to do to take that photo? Did he owe Jeffrey Epstein money? He said, if you take this photo, I won't show you the picture of you, maybe. Because I certainly wouldn't have taken that photo unless it was going to charity.
Well, I don't think it's a photo. It's a painting, right? So somebody could have, you could have even had him sitting in a suit and they could have, like, mocked it.
I mean, they could have done, but he approved it. If they sold it to a charity, he had to approve it.
I don't know.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know it was a painting. I thought it was a photo.
No, it's a painting.
Oh, that's different. I don't think he posed for that shit.
No.
Nah, he didn't pose for that shit.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't know. I was confused, man.
Right?
That's what happens, man.
And that's how, and there you have why it's so easy to have miscommunication and different stories that show up.
The painter says he painted it and did not know that Jeffrey Epstein had bought it. That's what they're saying. I don't know.
Oh.
So someone had already painted it.
Someone else's artwork. Inspiration,
okay.
And I don't know. And maybe it was feminizing Bill Clinton. Who knows?
Either way, it's just.
Okay.
I mean, even the painter's perspective on it.
Yeah.
That shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know. We need a psychotherapist here to break that down, and that is not me, and that is not.
I was like, God bless. What's his name? I was going to say Bruce Springsteen. Bill Clinton. He's wearing. I mean, I thought it was a photo, straight up photo, and I was like, he owes money to Epstein.
No.
Right.
OMG. So there's this thing that goes around for the new year about, like, word of the year.
Mm. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our word of the year is value. What do you think about value? Like, in different contexts.
Oh, I mean, the reason why I think it's the word of the year is because Albert Einstein said it best. He said, forget about being a man of success, a woman of success, a man of success. Be a man or a woman of value. What you are, what you bring in to the table is so important. And if you don't think about that when you're going into any kind of situation, whether it be a job situation, and you don't think that you're valuable enough to get that job, you shouldn't be in there. Mm-hmm. So, and then you won't get the job because your insecurities will fuck with you.
Yeah.
And so that's what my thing is. The value, when I heard that quote, and of course I shared it with you, and you, of course, because you understand these kind of situations, I said, you're the one that said this is the word of the year. I just said, wow, look at this quote. And then, like, that should be the word of the year. It's
synchronicity.
Mm-hmm.
And the word value, I mean, I think that it's not just monetary. Like, it's not just monetary. It's not just, like, value in terms of dollars, but even just, like, valuing yourself enough to, I don't know, self-care, or to work out, to move, to rest, to live. Valuing yourself enough to brush your teeth every morning, go to the dentist, get things fixed. You know, there's different types of self-care, like foundational, practical, and then, like, spiritual, right? Like, practical. Do you have a roof over your head? Are your bills being met? How's your job? Do you feel safe? Foundational. What are your core beliefs? How are you feeling? How are you treating in the world? What's the world treating you? And then spiritual. Like, are you taking time to love yourself, to be quiet, to connect to something, you know, greater than yourself? And sometimes we're stronger in other areas than we are in, you know, it's companion sisters. So it's just really interesting to see the word value come up with all of this, because you have to just take a moment and be like, what's my value in each of my self-care, foundation, practical, and spiritual?
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Sorry, I went on a little bit of a tangent there.
It makes sense. You broke it down. You know, I mean, what it stands for, what you stand for. You know, I mean, people will have to realize what they stand for. Stop being afraid to ask things, ask for things.
The answer is always no if you don't ask.
Yeah, and no is backwards is on because you keep moving on.
I never thought about that one.
Me neither. I just made that shit up straight
No, you
up.
didn't.
Straight up.
Oh, I love it. You're channeling.
I'm channeling.
So, but the word of the year for the world is connection.
Is that what? Is that?
That's what Josh said.
That's the official word of 2024.
That's what Google said.
That's what Google told me.
Connection. Well, that's been around for a while, as we know. Connection has been around.
Right, but right now we're very segregated with all the wars going on, right?
Yeah, and I feel like everything is going on. Besides the war, there's war within the cities of America because of the war.
Right.
The election.
The election, and the war. But the war, especially, it's really tore apart a lot of, are you anti-Israel? Are you anti-Palestine? It really, it's really it's really burning up here in the city. I mean, there's a lot of argument about this, and it feels like you're afraid to speak your. I mean, not me in general. I speak my mind, but what the fact is that if you're at one side, you're gonna fight the other side, and it's very aggressive. I should say it's been aggressive. It hasn't been. I mean, I know. Listen, what's going on in the world is aggressive. War is aggressive, and people get aggressive, but they don't know what the fuck is going on. A lot of people don't know what the fuck is going on, and they should shut up and really do a lot of research.
Yeah.
And so
Get the history
behind all this shit, and really, I don't.
But you know what?
Yeah.
But here's the deal. I mean, the government keeps everybody in fight, flight, or freeze because we're all struggling with inflation and all these higher prices of things and finding the right job. And if they keep you in fight, flight, or freeze, you don't have time to ask those questions, to do that study, right? Like
that's what they did with COVID.
You do snapshots on Instagram or snapshots on social or what have you,
right?
Where it's like a 200-word explanation for something that's really 200 pages,
right?
And so, and that's the world we're moving a lot faster with information.
Yeah,
we're moving a lot slower with our bodies because we're stuck at the computers or on our phones or on a digital device. Or watching TV, they got everybody in a hypnotic rhythm. It's like, I'm home, I make dinner, I watch TV, put my kids to bed, I go to sleep. Maybe I have sex with my husband, maybe I don't. Wake up, I go to work, I say hi to my friends, I get my coffee. It's a hypnotic rhythm, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And so how do you wake up?
Well, you got to go back to make sure you make love to your husband. I don't know. But good. That was actually really good. Yeah. How do you wake up? By being aware. What do you do? Do research. Find things that make you fucking happy. Start looking at things. Changing your curriculum for lack. You know what I mean? It's just like, take a different way home.
Exactly. What's that saying? I always mess it up, but it's something like, if you want the world to change the way you look at the world and the world will change, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, so if you have a situation you want to change, shift your way you look at it, and maybe what it is will change for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, it's like the bending the spoon and what's that movie? The Matrix.
Exactly. You don't like the way you smell, take a shower. Basically.
I'm not doing any cleanses. Are you doing anything? I'm not doing dry January this year.
I'm doing cleaning my house.
You're clean.
And yeah.
Okay.
Cleaning your apartment is the most important thing. I know everyone does like a basic thing everyone should, but a lot of people don't do it. So my whole thing is, if you're gonna say we have a resolution, it would probably be tidy up, motherfucker. No, really, like keeping, like I have a person that comes over, amazing person, comes and tidies up. And then I just got to keep up with that.
Does it inspire you to keep it clean?
It inspires me to keep it clean. And so I keep my apartment clean.
I
value her and my apartment.
And your apartment.
And which I truly love, by the way, as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
But, that's how value creeps in, right? And then that understanding of value, you become mindful of it.
Yeah.
And then it's not so hard to tell how much you charge to someone.
Right, and it's not, you're not afraid to cut a conversation short because you value your time, which is another important thing.
Are you trying to tell me like I take too much time with my clients?
No.
And I need to learn how to cut the conversation.
Not at all, not at all, not at all. I mean, listen, like, it's important to know that the client is late. And all clients must know this, especially when you're busy, right? When you're back to back.
Yeah.
You have to move on. Your time, if you're here for an hour or 45 minutes, whatever it is, it's 45 minutes. If you come in 15 minutes late, you're 15 minutes, you know what I mean? So let's move, you know, so that time is valuable because it bleeds into the other person and it bleeds into the other person. So your whole day is shot and you can't let one person dictate your whole day.
It's how you respond to it, not how you react.
Exactly. And my point is that sometimes people let some little things in life bleed through the whole day. And that's another thing that we should work on. Don't let the little things in life fuck with your day or your life.
Yeah, because if that happens, going back to that hypnotic rhythm, then that becomes part of your personality.
And that goes back to awareness.
And valuing yourself. To do the change, because when you're in the middle of it, it's hard. You know, it's like working out. It's just a different kind of workout. It's an energy and a spiritual workout, right? When you first start running or starting to train with someone and they're brand new, you're not going to have them do 10 burpees right into like 20 renegade rows with like taps and touches.
Right.
You're going to
What
build
are taps
them.
and touches?
You're gonna
I'm just curious what taps and touches are. Never mind talking about that. Taps and, plank ups. Okay.
Taps and touches.
Gotcha.
And
Right.
and so same thing in like your spiritual growth, right?
I was just curious. Exactly.
I tap and touch at night with my husband, okay?
Oh, we're going back to this husband tap. Before this thing, we're talking about blowjobs. I don't understand. Yanni, what the hell are you doing over there?
Hey, holla.
Holla at your boy.
Holla your boy.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. So there's some like really cool wellness trends happening this year.
Like what?
Well, it's not really I don't know if it's a trend, but you know, gut health. Actually, I was just talking with my cousin who's a doctor, and she was saying like gut health is so connected to brain health. And so if you've got people who have bad flora and fauna going on in their digestive tract and they eat a lot of junk food, that is going to create fog brain. It can also, you know, mess with the chemicals.
Yeah.
Like gut health is really important. And
Bad farts. Bad farts.
Bad farts.
And smelly farts. Smelly farts are the worst because that's when you know your stomach is fucked up.
Smelly farts.
Smelly farts is a fact. I mean, I hate to say it like that. I'm sure there's a very proper scientific way of saying it, but I'm telling you, when your farts stink, you got an issue with your gut.
There's something going on.
Yeah. And
what would you say to do? Like,
well,
I know we're not doctors, so
I would do something to like cleanse my stomach, and that would probably be do a lot of like mostly like probably celery juice, or I don't know really, but there's this tea that's a mushroom-based tea or thing, and that's supposed to be good. Mushroom, I don't know, but I really don't have problems with my stomach. But when I did have problems with my stomach, it's from dairy. So I don't really have a lot of answers for that. I mean, there's a couple of exercises and poses, obviously, that you can do that can help that. But
I also feel like becoming aware of what you're putting in your mouth is just kind of, again, having value for yourself.
Yeah. So know that Twinkie, there's no value to it. There's no nutritional value.
I can't even. It's a sponge. Going back, so I guess sleep retreats are also something new.
Sleep retreat?
I'm like, well, don't you sleep when you're on a retreat anyway?
What the fuck are you gonna do? I want to do a sleep retreat. I want to run a sleep. Hey, everyone, go to bed. Everyone, back up, eat, go to bed.
Actually,
I'm teasing.
You're so funny. Actually,
I should be a comedian. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, minute.
You should try it.
I know you did it.
I did do it, but you should.
She didn't invite me though.
I didn't invite any of my friends.
She made fun of her mother-in-law, which made me laugh the first. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I keep moving.
I was on a bucket list. I was scared to death. Aren't you scared to death to do stand-up comedy? Like I am deathly afraid.
That's a whole different art.
My heart, I swear to God, I felt like it was going to jump out of my chest. I was so nervous. And then once you got up there and like your voice is shaking, your body's shaking, your nervous system, and then you just have to like give wind, no pun intended.
Yo, what's up with you, bro?
Go with the flow of your
Watching some like stuff last night. Gotta do the Sagan meditation.
Peace begins with me.
Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me.
But I wanted to just talk about one of the trends that I think is so cool is the Healthy Line mat.
Yeah.
I think I'm really excited. We're doing a live event with them.
Amazing.
And I'm really excited to do that.
Yeah, you gonna do it by yourself or you gonna just do it?
Do the mat?
No, but I'm excited about that too. I'm excited about those mats. We definitely have to get one back in the studio.
Yeah.
They were fantastic. If you don't know anything about Healthy Line is healthyline.com or whatever. You can look at their website. Amazing mats for therapeutic uses. You can sleep on them. They have these
heat-generated gemstone.
Infrared.
Yeah.
Pa-pa-ping, pa-da-dan, to-da-ding.
To your cells.
Cells. Amazing mats. Really, we swear by them, and we're having an event with them January 26th.
Yeah, so you can check it out.
And we'll be there live.
Yeah, we're going to do our first live recorded podcast from there.
And Josh will be there.
Josh will be there too. Anyway, and then we're super excited about sound bathing. Sound bathing, I guess, I feel like that's been on a trend for the last couple of years, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's it's been around for thousands, but of course. It's something new to me, which I fell in love with because you introduced it to me. And I thought it was fantastic. And for me, it was very, with a crowd of people that was here when we were having the event.
Yeah.
I really felt like I left the place. Even though there was a crowd of people here, that sound bath really put me in a whole different level. Okay. But we should end it eventually.
Yes.
With Sagan's.
Peace begins with me. Yeah. You want to do that? You want to lead it?
No.
You would lead it? I'll lead it.
I want Sagan to lead it. Oh. We'll have him here on our back. He's actually an interesting kid. He can have a whole conversation and sit here for 2 hours like an old lady. He's amazing.
He reads a lot.
Yeah, I love him. But all right.
What else? Peace begins with me.
Oh, no. Do you want to... Are we done? Or
I don't know. What else do we have to talk about?
I think we should...
2024, pick your word. Ours is value. So pick your word out there. Share it with us on Instagram.
And stop procrastinating. Start getting up. Stop making excuses.
And honestly, guys, if you just live by like our simple philosophy of moving, resting, and recovering so you can live your life, like it applies to anything as simple as walking, taking a moment to just sit down for 5 minutes with the lights out, and then going back to life. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah, it is. It really is. But it's hard. Simple but hard, right? Yeah. Like it's like you said, turning off. But sometimes when you're in bed, you don't know who's going to turn off the lights.
And profoundly simple, is that what I say?
Who's going to shut off the lights? You know, when you're in bed and nobody wants to get. Oh, you have the clapper?
No.
No. Do you have the clapper? I was just scared. I don't know anyone that would. Do you have a clapper?
No.
I do not.
No. Why would you have a clapper?
But people have clappers to shut the light off.
Yeah. I know. That was a joke. All right. Peace out, guys.
Peace be with you.
Thanks for listening, guys. Check us out online at our website, theoleonhouse.com, or Instagram, Facebook, and let us know what you're thinking. This podcast and any related content distributed on behalf of the Leon House, Menna Olvera, or Carlos Leon is meant for information, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Any information or opinions expressed within are not meant to replace medical advice or meant to diagnose, prescribe, or treat any disease, condition, illness, or injury. You should consult a healthcare professional of your choice regarding all matters concerning your health.